Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Marty Caballero. I'm the managing editor at BevNET.com. I am joined here by Carol Ortenberg, the editor of NOSH.com. As you can see, we are here live in the flesh in Philadelphia for Natural Products Expo East 2022. We're just getting off the floor, or we're still on the floor, I should say, just finishing up our first day of coverage here. Certainly a lot to see, a lot to take in. So we're just getting a couple quick takes from the show floor. Carol, I would love to hear about just your main takeaways. What did you see on the floor here today?
Sure. Well, transparency has always been important, as is short ingredient lists for natural food products. I think one thing that's coming through now, especially as supply chain issues are coming up, is emphasizing who's growing the food that you're making, that you're using in your product. So calling out specific farmers and then finding ways to give back to those farmers. So Hawthorne Valley is a fermented foods brand. They just announced that 1% of all of their sales are going to go back to the farmers who produce and grow the vegetables that they use in their products. You have folks like Quinn Snacks really talking about who's growing their food. And, you know, part of that may be out of necessity, that some of these brands are having to work with smaller farms in order to avoid supply chain struggles. But at the same time, it's become an excellent talking point to say, like, we know exactly where your food is coming from. The other thing is just comfort food, you know. There's certainly a lot of healthy eating, but there's also a lot of, you know, slightly incremental, better for you products. I think there's 3 new plant-based wings launching at the show. Jack and Annie's, as well as Blackbird Foods, both have their own wings launching. And then you've got folks like I talked to today, Chubby Snacks, doing a better for you take on the Uncrustable. So, you know, there's still a place for indulgence, even though we all like our adaptogens. Marty, what about you? What'd you see at the show floor?
So it's funny, Carol, I think we're right on the verge of sober October, and then dry January is around the corner from that. But really what's been interesting is to see that alcohol moderation and kind of the movement away from alcohol has become a year-round trend that we're seeing adopted by a lot of retailers and brands in this space. So I talked with Toast earlier today. I talked with Ritual Zero Proof. Both of those brands are going to be entering CVS in their new non-alc set that they're building out. So I think that's really a confirmation that this trend is growing as, again, a year-round thing. It's not just appealing to people who are maybe in recovery. It's really for people who want to moderate their alcohol no matter how much they're having. So there's a lot of legs and traction on that for sure. The other thing I saw, which is interesting, reminds me of the last magazine story we did on iced tea, which is called Life After Honest. It's really interesting because, of course, we have Just Iced Tea here from Seth Goldman and Eat the Change, sort of his next venture after Honest Tea. But we're seeing a lot of brands sort of moving in to take some of the space that was left behind when Honest left with organic, fair trade products. Brands like St. James Tea, Humanity, both of those actually in Tetra Paks, as well as some more functional type products like Happy Being, which uses a white tea base to deliver immunity benefits and really a full medical dosage of functional ingredients. So fun to see some evolution in tea as well.
For all of you guys following along at home or in your office, stay tuned to NOSH.com and BevNET.com for all of our podcasts, videos, and stories all about Expo East 2022.